bringing the people behind our food to life.
This is a flowering chard plant. Normally chard takes 2 years to make seeds. In the first year it just makes leaves like this. And in the second year it puts up a flowering stem like this. And this stem has been flowering for a couple of months, and these are green seeds all along the stem here. Basically, these seeds will be ready for harvest in a month from now. Even though this is Beta vulgaris bred for its leaves and its stems rather than its roots. Now, table beet is basically the same plant, but it's bred to have a big root rather than these big stems like this. And a sugar beet plant is actually bred to have a large root that has very high levels of sugar in it. So, but they're the same plant, they're the same species, and there is no barrier whatsoever between a cross-pollination between this plant and a sugar beet plant.
Between the chard and the sugar beet plant.
That's right.
And they're all part of the same family.
Part of the same family, they're the same species. We speak of crop species, and that corn is a species, beets are a species, canola or cabbage is a species, and then within that there are varieties. So in the beet species, that includes sugar beets, table beets, Swiss chard. Those are all botanically the same, even though they're in different varieties. So, and this is the issue with Beta vulgaris. In the Willamette Valley, most of the United States' sugar beet seed comes from the Willamette Valley. There's about 5,000 acres of sugar beet seeds grown here. And they've all gone transgenic in the last 3 years. So for those of us who are still growing normal plants, normal Beta vulgaris in the Willamette Valley, the pollen from those transgenic sugar beets is a different kind of pollination threat than the typical one. The typical pollination threat would be I would get some sugar beet pollen in my chard, and then when my chard was grown out, there would be some off types. Well, if those off types were the result of crossing with a normal sugar beet, my customers would not be overly concerned about that. But if the off type is caused by a transgenic plant, then that seed suddenly has no value in my marketplace. So as an economic concern, Roundup Ready sugar beets are a completely different animal than a normal sugar beet.
That's a GMO crop.
That's
right. Genetically engineered.
That's right.
Species.
That's right. And so this is really the crux of the issue, that it's hard for the seed industry in the Willamette Valley to fully accept, is that transgenic contamination of organic seed crops is not the same as typical cross-pollination of a seed crop by another normal seed crop. It completely destroys the value of the organic crop. An organic farmer cannot knowingly plant seeds that are contaminated. Now, ironically, if nobody tests the seeds and the farmer doesn't know that they're contaminated and nobody tells them that they're contaminated, then the farmer can plant those seeds. And so there are some people who say, well, just don't test it and then you can sell it. That fits the rules. But in organics, we mostly operate by ethical standards as much as the law. And ethically, I can no longer sell any Beta vulgaris seed that I grow without testing it to see if it contains GMOs. And if it does contain GMOs, ethically, I need to tell my customers that it does, and they will not buy it. That's just all there is to it. that crop is a 100% loss to me. And it's not as if I can go to another marketplace to sell it, because ethically I wouldn't do that. Even if it was a non-organic buyer, I wouldn't sell them a crop that I knew was contaminated, because I don't think consumers really want GMOs in their food.